All right, so let's talk about cause and effect. Everybody wrote down your essential question.
Yes.
All right, the essential question is, how can identifying cause and effect assist readers? So through today's activities, I'm going to help you understand why learning cause and effect is important for people to learn how to read and understand and comprehend reading a little bit better. All right, now you might be asking, why cause and effect? Well, because it helps readers. It helps you understand events in real life or in a story, right? And what helps identify cause and effect? Well, making predictions as you read helps you identify cause and effect. Helping you think about actions characters have done to understand a character. So sometimes why a character does something and the effect of that helps you understand what's going on in the story, right? And then you have making inferences by making connections. Who here remembers what making an inference is? Elijah.
By making a guess depending on what you read, but they don't tell you what it's like.
Right, so Elijah says it's when you use an educated guess to come up with a reason to why something is the way it is. And we do that a lot when we do cause and effect. So really quickly, before we move on, I want to show you some pictures. And while I show you these pictures, I want you to make some inferences. Okay, so here we go. All right, so here we go. Everybody can see these pictures? Ify, do me a favor, just so we can see better. Can you turn off the middle light? Yeah, just the middle light, right? It's good? All right, so let's do the pictures. It says, look at the pictures on this page. And we're going to start in order, okay? Use your inference skills to name a cause and effect relationship. Now, there are endless answers. So Mark may say, oh, I know the effect of what would happen to this, or I know a cause. So it doesn't mean he's right or wrong. It just means that we can have so many, right? All right, so let's say we're looking at the first picture. Okay, everybody sees the first picture? What is the first picture of? Mark?
A broken house.
Yeah, a broken house, kind of like a barn, right? Wouldn't you say like a barn? So let's say I have an old house or an old barn. Okay, that would be my cause, that this is now an old barn. Now, what is the effect of having an old barn? What could happen by having an old barn? Right? You're using what you know about how things look and what might happen when things look like that. So what effect could happen by having a old barn? Yep. Okay, it could break apart, it could fall down. Elijah, give me another effect of having an old barn look like that.
If it rains, the water can go through it.
Yeah, if it rains, the water can seep through. Not good. Ify, another effect.
Maybe a natural disaster happened.
Yeah, but that's a cause. We want to know what the effect. Remember, the cause so far was the fact that it was an old house. What is the effect of having the old house? Breaking apart and so on and so forth. Darvin's?
Bugs.
Yeah, lots of bugs in it, and you definitely don't want bugs all over the place. All right, now let's look at the second picture. Now let's say the cause is it's fall, right? Now, based on what you know about leaves falling, what is the effect of it being fall? What happens in the fall? Jaden?
All the leaves end up on the floor.
Yeah, all the leaves end up in the floor. Okay, what is another effect of fall? So when we have fall, what are things that happen because it's fall? Annabella?
It gets cooler.
Yeah, it gets cooler. Ify, what's another thing that happens?
The leaves change.
Yeah, the leaves change. Perfect. And how do you know all these things happen? Did someone tell you, oh, this is what's happening? No, what skills did you use? Yeah, your inferencing skills. You make connections to what you know about the real world to say, you know what, I know for sure that this is fall because of how the leaves fell and so on and so forth. We're good? All right, now let's look at the third picture. And the third picture is of the shore, the ocean, the waves crashing onto the rocks, right? Now let's say the cause is a storm is coming. Okay, so a storm is coming. So what could be the effect of a storm coming? What could happen to this if a storm comes? Jasmine. Okay, the waves can crash onto land. Okay, and what happens if water goes into the land? It could flood, yeah. What else could happen if there was a storm? What other effect? Zahira? The waves get larger. Yeah, absolutely. Darvins, give me something else that might happen.
The waves get really strong.
Yeah, the waves that get really, really strong and so on and so forth. All right, let's finish off with the last one. So we have 2 hot dogs, right? And let's say the effect is the hot dogs are cooked. That was the effect. Now, what caused the hot dogs to get cooked? What caused it to get cooked, Joanne? Yeah, people cooking it on, what do we call that?
Grill.
The grill, yeah. What is another, yeah, fire caused it to cook. What else could have caused the not the hamburgers, the hot dogs to cook? Jayla? The heat of the fire, which was, yep, the fire itself. All right, so this was just an introduction to how inferences can really help you when you're doing cause and effect. Now, I want to move on to a PowerPoint. Okay. Yeah, this guy is really cute. All right, so the smelly truth about cause and effect. Okay, so it says a cause is something that makes something else happen, right? The house is on fire because someone left the oven on. Okay, so what was the cause of the house being on fire? Zahira? Yep, someone left the oven on. Perfect. An effect is what happens because of something else, correct? So, let's see. Since Susie had been playing soccer for 2 hours, she needed to stop and get a drink of water. So, what caused her to have to stop and get a drink of water? Joanne, what caused her? Yeah, she was playing soccer for 2 hours. That's a long time, right? All right, next. We're just going to try 2 more times. Now, there are many words that can help you find the cause and effect in a sentence. These words are because, if, when, so, and then. For example, it was getting hot. So the snowman melted. What is the cause for the snowman melting? It was getting hot. Does that make sense? Okay. Next. Let's try this one. Ready? We're going to do 2 more, and then I want to do like an interactive one where you're kind of getting up and moving around. All right, so the baby elephant was scared, so it held its mother's tail. So let's click on the part of the sentence that is the effect. So what is the effect? What caused something, and then what was the effect? So let's read that again. The baby elephant was scared, so it held its mother's tail. All right, so what is the cause there? Jayla?
The baby elephant was scared.
Yeah, so because he was scared, what ended up happening? He held his mother's tail. Perfect. Oh, I forgot to click the thing, sorry. I didn't click it. All right, so John went to the doctor because he was feeling sick. So click on the part of the sentence that is the cause. So why did he go to the doctor? What caused him to go to the doctor? Sky? Yep, he was feeling sick, right? Isn't that what caused him to go to the doctor? Do you usually go to the doctor if you're feeling okay? No, not really, unless you're just going for a checkup, and that's different, right? All right. Now, this is the next thing that I want to do really quickly. Okay, so I'm going to call on just random people, and we're going to, this is like task cards. Let's pretend these are sorting cards. You know how like you would sort them on the desk? But this time, remember how like one time in math, I gave you guys decimals and fractions and you had to create a line? Well, it's kind of like that. So you're going to just pick one randomly, and then once everyone finds one and gets one, you guys have to match yours to another person. Got it? Because there's a cause and effect. I'm not telling you which one it is. You have to figure that out. All right, so let's see. One from each group. I have Jawan, Jasmine, Sky, Annabella, Dana, and Olivia. So come on, come. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to do it in a different order. Here we go. Who else? Let's see. Claremont. I have a lot over here. Come on. Elijah. Dana. Oh, you have one. All right, get in front of the room. Don't start looking at Allie. All right, Mark. All right. Nayla. Zahira. And Kai. Don't worry about it. We'll do this other times, okay? It's just we don't have enough. All right, so here's what you guys are doing. Ready? So, don't mind this. All right, so what you're doing right now is you are going to look at your card. So look at your card, and then I want you guys to stand like this, so that way you guys can see each other. You're going to hold it up front. So stand like this, like you're going around the room. You know, remember like the number line? That's exactly what you're doing. So I want you to read yours. Okay, so read yours. Everyone read yours? Okay, so let's show what people... I did not study. I missed recess. She got a sunburn. I lost my homework. I missed the movie. I ate too much food. My stomach hurt. I scored a point. She spent all day at the beach. The test was hard and I fell asleep and I took my best shot. So now you're going to look around and go, which one does mine match with? So go ahead. You guys can move around. Yep, go ahead, move around. You guys already found it? Oh my gosh, you're good. That was fast. All right, once you guys find it, make sure to stand on a line together so I can see you. Yeah, move over so they can. Oh, there's some confusion over here? No, we're good? All right, so let's see if everyone got it right. So let's see. I have Zahira and Nayla. I did not study, so the test was hard. Does that make sense? So what was the cause? So what was the effect of her not studying? The test was hard. All right, you girls can go sit. All right, next. I ate too much food. My stomach hurt. So what's my cause there? Yeah, and that food made my stomach hurt, which is my effect. Perfect, good. All right, next. I fell asleep. I missed the movie. That one was a tough one because there was another one on there that it could have been. Yep, so that one makes sense. So because she fell asleep, what happened? She missed her movie. All right, go ahead. Ready? She spent all day at the beach, so she got a sunburn? Yeah, that makes sense. So because she spent all day at the beach, the effect was she ended up getting a sunburn. That makes lots of sense. All right, perfect, good. Mark, let's see. I lost my homework. I missed recess. What is the effect? Okay, I missed recess, but what caused her to miss recess? Perfect. And one more. I took my best shot. I scored a point. So what's my effect? But what caused her to score a point? She took her best shot. Perfect. All right, so the next activity that we're going to do is from yesterday's story, anchor story. So remember Rachel's journal? Okay, so we're going to open up to Rachel's journal. So go ahead, open up to Rachel's journal. And once you open up to Rachel's journal, I want you to open up to the first page of the text. So the first page of the text. Okay, perfect. Now, every one of you is in a different group, correct? Okay. Now, remember, group 1 people, when I call you, you are going to come over here to our back desk. You're going to grab your group 1 handout. And you're going to go where? Yep, to the back with me. Group 2, you're going to come and grab your second worksheet and you're going to work at your desks. We're good? Group 3, same thing. Are we good? Make sure to use the text. Look at the pictures, use those inferencing skills, okay, to do your best. Does that make sense? Anyone want me to clarify the directions? All right, so for group 1, you're going to be in the back with me, so I'll explain there. For group 2, you are going to use this graphic organizer. There are some causes that have already been listed. So if a cause has been listed, what do you have to find? Yeah, the effect. Now, if your effect has been given, what do you need to find? Very easy. Got it? All right, next. For group 3, all right, you have nothing that was given to you. So what you have to do is you have to go through the text and try to find any cause and effect that you can. Now, which way does it make sense for me to do this? Should I start all the way at the end of the book? No. Where should I start? Yeah, so I'm going to go from page to page. What can I use in the book to help me with my cause and effect? Yes?
Cause and effect words.
Okay, cause and effect words like the ones we just learned yesterday. Yep. What else can I use in the book? What else does the text have? Yeah, pictures. Yep. Sometimes pictures can help you make inferences. Didn't we just use pictures to help us make inferences? Yeah, absolutely. So that's what you're going to be doing. We're good? Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. Remember, the essential question at the end, we do when we're done with all these activities. Okay? Don't do them now. That is kind of like your exit ticket, so I can understand whether or not you know why we use cause and effect. And then the handouts that you're doing now, it's going to be kind of like an assessment for me to see how well you know how to do cause and effect. Okay, we're good? All right, so group 1s, let's go and move to the back. All right, anyone in group 2, please go get your handouts. Make sure to make a line so that way you're not on top of each other. All right, group 3, make sure to get your papers and have a seat. All right, ready, guys? All right, so everyone has their book. Everyone has a pencil. Everyone has a sheet. And everyone has their notebooks. All right, so go get your notebook. Perfect. All right. There's my hand. All right, so I'm just going to leave it like this. Is that all right? Is that okay? All right, so let's look at our activity for today. The first thing we should do before we start any activity is do what? Read the directions, read the top. Sometimes we have hints that they give us on top of papers, just like this. These are hints. So it says cause and effect. All right, so Jayla, you want to read that for me?
Yes. Cause and effect relationships exist when one event leads to another event. Sometimes several causes have one effect. At other times, a single cause may have many effects.
Okay, perfect. So let's look. It says cause and effect signal words. So these words sometimes can give us hints on what causes are and what the effects are. So, for instance, because, so, when, therefore, as a result of, due to, effect of, and so. So sometimes you'll see these, okay, and it'll help us identify the cause and effect. All right, now let's look at the directions. Fill in the flow chart. So do you understand why this is called the flow chart? Why is this called a flow chart? Yeah, it shows arrows showing that it goes from here to here and to here. We're good? All right, so fill in the flow map to list 2 effects of the children in Rachel's journal, traveling on the cutoff trails. So remember when they were traveling on the cutoff trails? Mm-hmm. What was the first thing that happened to them when they were traveling on the cutoffs? The streets that go sideways with the streets that the wagons take? So what was the first thing, Jayla?
They got lost.
Yep, they got lost, okay.
And what was another thing that happened to them?
They saw the animal. I forgot what the animal's name was.
Oh,
When they
the
saw
ox.
Yeah, they saw an ox, right? And didn't she get really scared? What did she think it was?
an
Indian.
Well, she thought it was maybe an Indian or another animal, right? That she wasn't used to seeing. So she was really, 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 really scared. But there was something else that happened even after the ox. All right, so now let's use our books to help us. So we noticed that the first thing she saw was the ox, her getting lost in the trail, and then what did she end up seeing?